All right, here we go. Um, this is Donnie from Diamond Painting by Donnie, and I am going to work on getting a pattern actually stuck on my canvas here. And I have the printouts, and yeah, I got this stuff to do it rather than using just the bare minimal that I had here at the house. I think for now, since I have a partial page, I'm going to just stick an area right here to square this off. And what I wanted to show you was I didn't follow the instructions, as I had said before, that Danielle gave right away. I did go back and rewind. I was just so excited I just thought, oh, okay, those are the setting numbers you need. There's more to it than just putting in the right size. You have to actually have the right boxes marked and everything in order to get it printed right. And the first time I did it, this is what it looked like. And as you can see, the edges, it's all the way up to the edge and it's going over, and it didn't get it all. Now we're going to compare that to after I did it correctly, and you can see it's smaller, and it actually printed the whole thing. Now this first one was too big. That's what was wrong with it. It took up too much of the page, and so it was too big. And when I cut it out, I cut out the piece that I wanted to try here. It was too big for the grid. And let's see if I can show you here. I'm just going to set it up compared to these two squares. You can see how it goes past the last grid line that it's supposed to be stopped at. Can you see that? I mean, obviously it goes past the part where I have it bent down. So anyway, that's what'll happen if you don't have all the settings proper. I will put a link to her video that shows you exactly how to do it. I just don't see a problem in collaborating with somebody who actually did the work and sending you to her channel to show you exactly what she did. And she's helped me out a lot just by doing all this research. She's helped my process go a little better. So the one that I cut out is this one here. Since I've already done, you can look at it like this. I already did these first 4 squares, so I'm going to just cut those out and get rid of them. Okay, now it's a good thing that they have nice thick lines on these grids because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room when cutting these out. I mean, if I'm going to do the rest of it page by page, this won't be an issue, but because I'm starting this on a canvas that I've already placed drills, I'm going to have to fiddle with it a bit to get the correct placement and everything. Okay, so I cut out this portion and the one right here. So now I need to cut off the last three that are right here. All right, now we're gonna get to, I'm gonna do these, actually I'm gonna go all the way to here. So we have this full block. So I'm going to cut my paper that covers the canvas to match the shape. Actually, I'm not gonna cut that yet. I need to, this is cut partially, so I don't want to rip it. I'll lift it up here. I'll fold this back because it's going to be a while before I get any further than this. All right, and I want to leave a little bit of room for placing the paper. There we go. Okay, so it's going to be 4 by 3 minus, oops, yeah, there is sticky on top of that. 4 by 3 minus that one square, so it's basically going to go like this. So let me cut that out. Okay, yeah, I'm being very, very careful so that I'm accurate in my cutting. This washi tape is really irritating me because it won't stay down. Thinking of just ripping it off and trying a different color or just doing it in one big strip. Yeah, because it keeps bugging me. All right, I'm nervous about this part. All right. Oh. Okay. Uh, like this. I'm nervous and I'm scared it's not going to go on properly. And I just... Okay. I mean, it's the right size. I'm just... scared. Okay. Oh, it looks like it's... Oh. It does not. It looks too small. Because I lined up these two lines here, and here, as you're seeing it go, it's not making it all the way to the edge. Man, I thought it was perfect. See, like this first one looks fine. But then once you get to the second one, it's off a little bit and then off again. Oh, God. Maybe I should just do one little square at a time. Oh, did I make a big mistake here? Oh. Don't want to ruin my canvas. Okay. I'm wondering if I need to place each little square on there by itself, because this one fit fine. It looks perfect and it came right off of this sheet. I mean, but I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, that entire block seems like it's too small. And I know if it's too small there, it's going to be too small all the way across. Yeah, it's like an entire block too small. Oh, I'm going to have to come back and figure this out. Okay, I reprinted it and I increased the size of each spot that's to be drilled up by, well, it was at 2.48. And I increased it just to 2.485. So just 5 thousandths of a millimeter per for each one. And I held it up here. I cut out the spots already just now, and I'm holding it up here, and it lines up. That looks pretty perfect to me. Yeah, that is because it was just a little bit too small. There we go. Yep, so I'm going to give it a shot again. You're gonna watch me. Here, I'll be right back after I cut this out. Okay, now here's the new one. Here's the old one. Yeah, it doesn't even look like there's a difference. Oh man, which side did I say was the new one? Because it does not look like a difference to me. Okay, this is the old one. I can tell because it's got the curl from when I stuck it on there. Okay, when I hold it up like this, look right there. You can see a slight change in the width. It's not even visible to the eye. So, I mean, I can see how they overlap over here. So let me try this again. I'm just so nervous about getting it on the canvas and then not being able to get it off if I need to. I also cut the this opening so that I could not get anything on the canvas over there. Using my new black tweezers from Ever Moments. All right. Oh, just holding my breath here because all right. Doing a small section like this worked good. That's the sticky from that. Okay, let's go on to the next step. I've got sheets of this stuff coming on order from Amazon. It'll be here tomorrow. So it's that Silhouette brand that I was talking about. I will link it down here. I couldn't actually find this on the Walmart website because I bought this in the Walmart store, but it was not on the website at all. So I have no idea. All right, I'm going to just cut a piece out to match this size here. I don't want to use the whole thing if I don't need to, but I can get some. Okay, because let's see. This may be kind of hard to measure because there's a lip on the edge of here. Okay, I'll use this separator here. It's kind of a guide. Okay. Let's just write a mark right here. Okay, that's like a waxy paper. This is not the best pen for that. And of course I don't have just a regular ink pen, do I? Of course I don't. Oh, actually I do. I have one in the end. I was going to make this into a drill pen, but it wouldn't work. So it's got a stylus on one end and it's got an ink pen on the other. So well, there's an indentation anyway. Okay, so that's width, length. Keep forgetting that I have sticky on that one corner. It's going to be better when I have the 8x10 sheets because I could just lay a whole sheet down. Oh, this is just going to be fun. Oh yeah, I do have a perfect square. And this is why. So that I wasn't going to have some kind of weird angled piece to cut out. Like I said, it's just an indention. The ink pen wouldn't actually work. It might be a little big, but I'd rather it be a little big than a little small. I wish the ink would work on it. Because I just totally... Oh, it's stuck to the boundary there. Okay, let me cut a piece here. Alright. Oh, I do still need to cut out that one spot. Or I might just stick it on top of it. Okay. See if I can get the tape off that I put on there. I don't want to, actually no, I don't want to mess up the thing that I printed. So, let's get this going. Oh, I do not like that. Okay, maybe I should just pull it off slower next time. Because it pulled off some of the, okay. Pulled off a little bit of it right there, but I'll put that in the spot where I already have sticky. There we go. Now, I did get a little bit extra. I'm going to take my... I need an X-Acto knife instead of using this box cutter because this is just too big. You know, I'm not going to cut it. I'm just, well, yeah. I'll just let it hang over. Go like this. There we go. And now let's see if I can get this piece off. Gotta do it slowly because it doesn't want to let go of the paper. And I did get extra there. I will take my knife now because I have beads there already that, and I'm just going up against the diamonds. I'm not pressing too hard. Gonna be a lot of gooey mess here. But I can't leave it on there because that is just an attraction for gnats or bugs or something that just flies around this house and the dust. And not like I have gnats all the time, just when I leave the window open. Oh my gosh, really? Nothing can just be wham bam done. I gotta have one thing or another happen. Well, like I said, when I get to doing the full sheets, this will not be an issue because this is only an issue because I already started the canvas, the drilling on the canvas, and so now I have odd size that needs to be done. I guess it's good that I had these little sheets then, because that way I didn't waste a 8 by 10, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. The toothbrush will get all these little pieces off later, or I could just kind of push it down. There's not so much now that I got that big layer off, most of it. That's pretty, some very sticky stuff though. I think once I get this square drilled here, I will run the toothbrush then over it to get all this stuff, the extra pieces off. Since this is the very start of this painting, I don't want it to wait until the very end to get cleaned. Okay. I hope you guys can't hear that TV. My husband's watching some just very political stuff going on, and it's on an HBO channel, so it's not exactly G-rated. It's not X-rated, but it's basically R-rated. Oh, and I replaced the washi tape right there while I was waiting for it to print. All right. That will be good for the moment for us to get started. I'm just kind of making sure it's down. Now that's very sticky. So now I have a 4x3 section of canvas with the printed pattern on it. And I'm going to get rid of these other ones so I don't get them mixed up with the one that is the right size for me. I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to keep the extra piece of sticky for areas that may need it. I don't know why these separators are in there. Really don't. But now I can start working on this. I've been waiting 2 days, all day yesterday and all day today, to get, and before I started, I actually went and bought a new app. And instead of using Goodreader, I switched over to Easy PDF, because this is an app that a lot of cross-stitchers use for cross-stitching when they have their pattern, especially Heaven and Earth Designs, on their tablet, because you can actually search for the symbol and it will highlight all the symbols in the entire page like that. And so you're not going to have to do a lot of searching to try and find where they're at. I mean, I bought it just because that will help me with searching on here to know if I got them all. I'm not going to have to use this chart, obviously, to find my diamonds anymore. But, oh, I'll be right back. I don't have my light pad in here. Okay, I'm back. Got the light pad. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to need it, but I might, because of the glare that shines off of here. I don't know if it's going to help or not, but let's give this a shot. I'm super stoked. I'm gonna I got my chair on my cord, of course. There we go. Let's get this thing plugged in. All right. Now you can see a little bit of a gap right there. You can also see this doesn't go all the way across, but I can actually use the guideline of the grid below here. See what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to oh Lord, there we go. I'm not used to iPads because I'm an Android girl. So when I go to use my iPad, I'm lost. Okay. Let's see, what symbol should we start with? Let's start with the diamond. So let me do a search on here so I need to figure out the area. Here we go. This 4x3, 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3. Okay. Now, let me bring up this menu if I can figure it out. Oh, wait. Search. That's so cool. So now I have my 4x3 area. I have all my diamonds highlighted. Okay. So let me get my drill pins. Got the tweezers out. My drills. Let's bring this in a little bit here. Maybe I'll zoom in just a tad. See if I can. Not too much. If I do that, I have to bring the camera in more. There we go. Okay. Pull out my diamond. Pull out my tray. It's been a while since I did any diamond painting in here. A couple days, that's a whole long time, really. Where's my container opener? There's actually quite a few diamonds. I mean, there's not an overabundance, but quite a few to actually do in this section. Oh, I knew there were some things I wanted to talk about, but I do not remember what they were. There's some stories I think I was going to tell, and I don't know what they were. It's like every time I pour beads, I'm having to do this to separate them. They're not staticky. They just have that manufacture issue where they stick together. I don't know what causes it, but sometimes I can just get my thumbnail underneath to separate them if they don't separate from me pushing on them. But that's one of the good things about this large tray, is you can do stuff like this, and you're not going to have a lot of beads flying out. I mean, I have a few here, but nothing major. Oh, great. I use those tweezers to get that glue off. And now my tweezers are gluey. Won't come off. Good thing I don't tweeze my drills. There we go. There's another one. This is bugging me now. I just noticed this. I really like these tweezers. So one thing that the light pad does is it really highlights your imperfections. And as I can see here, there's a lot of imperfections, and it's mainly because some of these drills are smaller than the others, and so they just float there in their little square. And the only way to fix that is to push the drills around it in closer, and then you leave bigger gaps, and really hard on the OCD person. OCD problems. Okay. All right, let's get this going. All right. We've got a 5. And it's right here. See, I can also use the drills from above, as long as they're lined up properly. Nice. That's really nice, because then now my next one down here, I don't even have to look. Except I drilled too many. That held on one more than I wanted it to. Wow, this is really nice. This sticky stuff, it's like almost too sticky. Oh my gosh, this is just wonderful. I scratched the drill with the tweezers. I don't like that little line on it where I tried picking it up, but oh my gosh, I hope that other paper is this good, because man, that was major. That was majorly strong. I had a hard time pulling that up. All right. This is just so cool. How many? Yeah, I don't even need to look at that, but I'm just so used to it that I want to. I might look at it just to check for missing ones. I'll just go back and double check it. So does this make any of you want to reconsider doing one of these? The fact that you can actually put your printed design onto the canvas, because this sure has changed my outlook on it. I mean, it's one thing doing having to actually go through the process of putting it on here, but I find that it's well worth the headache, and especially the strain on my neck from having to look down and then back up all the time. It's an extreme change, and it's working, and I mean, it's working well. Not just working, it's like you don't even know that it was that I made it, that I did this, that I put this on here, I printed it and did it. It looks like, other than the fact that it's black and white, it looks like something that would come out of a shop. Except for, of course, the crookedness and the funky way it looks. But this is awesome. I'm just kind of looking to see if yeah, I've almost got this entire, all the one symbols for this one are almost all the way done for this first square, just because they've done, the first square is done. Well, the middle square, I should say. And then we got more to do over here. So all my orders from Huracan, I mean not Huracan, but AliExpress are starting to come in. I believe one of my customs will be here tomorrow. I'm truly excited about seeing that. Don't know which one it's going to be, but either way, I love getting my China mail. And I did spend a lot of time before trying to find my place and make sure that I stuck something in the right place, and I can already see the change in how long it's going to take me to do this. You know, even adding in the time that it takes to put the sticky on the canvas, it's still way faster. I mean, I am giving Danielle all the credit for this, because I did think, oh, why not do that? Put the double-sided stickers on top of the pattern, put the pattern on the canvas. Well, all I did was put the printed paper that came with my pattern up to it and saw, oh, it's not the right size. And that's where I stopped. I did not consider changing any of the measurement of the printed area at all. I just basically said, oh well, I guess I'm going to be doing it like this. You know, it's a counted cross stitch. I'm going to treat it as one. So she did all the work. She did all the, to me, all the hard work, because the thinking part is where I lack. I am not creative when it comes to thinking up of ideas of anything, basically. I'm just not that type of personality or whatever. I'm not left-brained. I mean, I'm not right-brained. Sorry, I am left-brained. No creativeness in my bones. I mean, I can follow a pattern. I can follow instructions really well. I mean, I'm just not one to take the initiative to create something new. I wish I was. I mean, I don't even like school. I hate school. You know, I won't go back, just because of the fact that there's a lot of school that involves thinking, writing papers. And especially now with the medication I'm on, makes it really difficult for me to sometimes even finish a sentence. Concentration is really difficult for me. I do make a lot of notes. I write a lot of notes. I have a lot of reminders, do a lot of reminders on my phone, things like that, so that I can remember. I have a program that I use so I know what bills are due. Since I'm the one who controls that part of it, it's kind of important that it gets done on time. See, there's this big gap here. That's what I'm worried about. All right, let me see. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I got all of them on this one. There's still some down here. It's so warm in here. I mean, yes, it's after midnight. I'm not even tired because, like I said in my other video, I slept all day. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably eventually go back to bed, but I'll go to bed, but it's not going to be for a couple more hours. I'd like to be able to work on this since I haven't been able to in a while. My only concern with these scissors is scratching up the beads like I did on that one. I'm just not sure this is exactly straight, this paper. So I'm glad I didn't do a whole page at once, at least for my first try. But I can see here that it lined up with this, and then it's a little bit off on this one, but not enough to where I'm too concerned. I'm thinking of making it even bigger. I might go with 2.49 and see how that looks for the next time, because you can see that it's still slightly too small. Either it's too small or it's just not, this is not perfect enough for me. I don't know. Yeah, let me get back to doing this. There's one over there that I missed. And one there, I got that. Those are all done. There's none in this one. There's one there. There's one there. I think after this section's done, we're going to actually see, hopefully we'll be able to see a big difference in the overall picture. Because that's a pretty big chunk. I mean, that's 12, which is the equivalent to these 4, and then a 4 here, and then another 4 here. It's the equivalent to all this right here. Let's just see how fast it goes. Now that I have, oh yeah, I see a lot of diamonds. I'm just going to do the singly. There's not too big. enough of a big area for me to keep switching out with the multi-drill as much as I love using it. I'm just going to do one at a time. Okay, there is something on that. It's a piece of garbage. Piece of diamond trash. All right, so so we don't have any plans for the 4th of July. Normally go to my brother's and he does a barbecue, but he can't do that this year. But we can't let off fireworks where we live. So I don't know what we're going to do. Wonder if my daughter, she just moved into a new house and I'm wondering if she can do it in her neighborhood. If we can pick some up and go over there and light them off. It's sad that we're not going to be able to do this year at my brother's because it's been kind of like a tradition. My dad doesn't come up on the 4th of July. He lives about an hour and a half from us. Well, from me. I live half hour further from him than everyone else does. But he has like this really old car. And he does some kind of parade, 4th of July parade down in the town he lives in. That and New Year's are the only days he does not drive up here because of the other drivers for safety reasons. I mean, he's not that old, but he's safe. He's only 66. And his wife, I think, is going to be, I think she'll be 70 this year. That's either 69 or 70. I used to think that 70 was like old, like you're ready to, you have a foot in the grave, old. But I see my parent, my dad, I mean, and my stepmom, and I think they're not old. I mean, to me, my dad's white-haired now, but I'm sure his body feels old, but he's not old. I don't want to think about that because after, let's see, last September in 2016, my mom died, and it was really hard because she was in the hospital and some things happened, and basically her rheumatoid arthritis killed her, and we had to make a decision on what we wanted to do, and she chose to not do the dialysis because it could kill her, and then it would be painful doing it, dying that way. I'm sorry, it's still really sensitive. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm talking about it right now. If I don't talk about it, I don't think about it. And I don't want to think about it right now because I'm doing this diamond painting. And this is not a sad time. This is a happy time. The house is quiet. Everyone's in bed. I'm doing a project I love. I'm talking to my invisible friends. And I don't want to be sad right now. Oh, this is just coming along the edge here. It's a little more obvious how it's gotten off, how it's not perfectly straight. I don't know. I'm glad I just didn't do a larger area at once. Better. I hope you can hear me. I know I'm kind of mumbling, but there's nothing interrupting the sound. There's no fan going or anything. Okay, there's more diamonds. They are a little harder to see, being just black and white, compared to a regular canvas. But I'm not going to complain because I have symbols on my canvas, and I am excited about that. All right, now is where I'm going to check, because I think I'm done with this color, but instead of searching all over and straining my eyes, I'm just going to double check. Yep, there's one. And there's another one missed over here. Okay, those are all done. Yeah. Now I don't have to worry that I missed one and have to come back to it. See, this is the one thing about these big ones that I don't know about. I don't like, because they spread, they make the diamonds go everywhere. They get clogged up in there. There we go. You know I said I was going to do a tag on this one, but because of the fact that I was doing a new thing here with the doing this, I figured I would just talk, and this section of my talk has actually gotten to where I'm at 45 minutes, and I know I have other parts to it. So I'm going to stop talking so much. I mean, not stop. Sorry, I'm doing a search at the same time I'm trying to I'm going to stop filming. I'm gonna do time lapse for the rest of it. So this search is not working well. I don't know why it's not. I changed the search to a different symbol. And it's a really weird symbol. That's not, okay, I think I need to do whole word. I did this symbol once, and I don't know why it brought this up. This is weird. Because some of the weird symbols, what's it doing? It's like doing the old search. Okay, the search is gone. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let me figure this out. Gonna highlight one. Let's see what I'm doing here. I have to highlight one, and then click on copy. Maybe I clicked on define. That might have done it, because this is what it put in. That long string of letters. So now let me paste. There we go. It's capital P. So search. Oh, it's actually searched all the pages. Look at that. That is crazy. So now I know where to look. I'm going to go back to highlight. Oh, highlight. I don't know. I don't need highlight, but because I'm not highlighting it as I do it. Okay. Now I'm going to find that symbol, which I'm pretty sure it's in the other container here. Yep. Found it right away. Because I'm getting used to this. I don't have them in numerical order now, so makes it much easier. But these diamonds are just, I call them stale diamonds because you have to crunch them to get them to go where you want them to. They crunch when you do it. I think it's because they've been sitting for so long, maybe. I should just put the other, here, let me do that. Let me just do this. It'll keep it from flying everywhere. All right, much better. I'm not going to do multi-drills, so I'm going to just... Alright, right here. So the next time I work on this, I'm going to do a tag. I'm going to look up a tag. I'm hoping I can find one for just cross stitch, because not cross stitch, but for diamond painting, which I'm thinking there probably isn't any, because I'm not into, I've only done a couple of cross stitches, and they were just like little kits I bought at Joann's, so I can't answer a lot of those cross stitch questions. And I don't want to pull one up and then say, oh, okay, I can answer maybe 3 of these questions. That won't take up very much time at all. we will see how long this whole process takes because I am keeping track. If you watch the other ones, you'll see that I actually let you know how long it took me to do each section. I think I'm up to 7 hours so far before this one. So this is a really weird section because it's the overlap from the Scotch tape I used here and that garment stuff. This is one of those symbols where I'm having a hard time distinguishing between it and the one next to it. So I'm basically using my iPad to see where I'm supposed to be next. Because this symbol looks just like it's like the hazard symbol, the 3 upside down triangles. You know, there's one triangle, then another one, and another one. And it looks so similar to this one. This is going to drive me nuts with my OCD because they're not lining up right. Yeah, I definitely will be doing something, adjusting something in the next one, which I will probably go down here next and do that. You probably can't see. Okay, you can see it all. All right, done with this one. There's only one on this page over here. I probably should highlight the ones I've already done. It does make it easier on finding my place. I didn't use the Goodreader very long, but I used it long enough to where I'm having to get used to a different program because deleting was, I think, easier on that one because you just push the undo button unless you had to go back and delete something that wasn't your last move. But then again, you have to go out of your highlighting menu to do that. So in that aspect, it's a little harder. So I don't know. This program is neat because the fact that you can search symbols, that was just so cool. I'll go back and do this after I'm off camera. But I need to at least highlight the ones that I've done for this symbol. Yeah, I'm wasting my time that I'm talking. I'm sorry. But this is the whole process. This is the process of what I'm going through. So if you want it all, you get the good, bad, and the ugly, and the boring. Okay, let's see. Did I get... No, I don't have that one yet. There it is. Okay. Where's the next one? There's a couple down here. But I'm completely satisfied with doing it this way, with adding my chart and then a layer of tape and paper. I mean, there is an actual noticeable, I mean, I can feel the height difference. It's so minimal though that it's not going to matter in the big scheme of things. It's not going to show up. So that's not a problem. Okay, there's more down here. And I've turned my, I locked the rotation on my iPad and I turned it sideways so that it's actually in the same direction as the pattern on there is actually in the same direction as this one on here. These little boogers escaped. Oh, wait, one, two, one over. Oh, it's because I haven't highlighted it yet. I was like, why is there 3 in a row there? Yeah, see, that's why I need to get everything highlighted. Okay. Well, we're at an hour now on my screen, which I know it's been more than an hour. So I'm going to time lapse the rest of this so that it's not going to be a 5 or 6 hour video, because I know that will happen. Oh, I'm hoping it doesn't take 5 or 6 hours, but it could. It very well could take that long to do this, all this here. So I'm going to, I think, listen to my book, which is, I'm hoping to get it finished before it automatically gets returned, because I procrastinated on reading it and 21 days went by and I have not finished it yet. So I want to finish it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Okay guys, I am here now talking to you since I'm fast forwarding to time lapse. And by the end of this video, I will have worked on this particular section of 12 blocks for 4 hours and 38 minutes. And that brings my total up to 16 hours and 6 minutes of working on this diamond painting, which is a total of 4 by 7. A 4 by 7 area. So that's 40 by 70, whatever that equals out to be. Just to give you some perspective, the very first section I did of 4 squares took me 5 hours, 2 minutes, just for 4 squares. So that just shows how much this has helped, having the grid on here, even though I'm still using the iPad to indicate where the certain squares are, so that I have an idea of where to look. It's saved time. So I'm not sitting here looking all over the place for missing tiles. So it does help quite a bit. Even using, I mean, since I'm using both, the whole purpose really was in putting this on the canvas was to keep from having to look at the iPad constantly to find it. But my problem... Oh, you got your dinosaurs, huh? My problem was that I was having a hard time translating what I saw on the iPad to what I was seeing on the canvas. So now the translation is complete. And I've also discovered that the settings that work for Danielle do not work for me. As you saw earlier in this video, when I was placing the cutout of the grid onto my canvas, it was too small still. So I've actually printed out a new one that's going to be used for the rest of this. And it will have the correct settings. I actually measured it and it's perfect. And it's the original size of the spaces of 2.5. I don't know how she got it to work at 2.48. That was just too small for me. It might be the manufacturer of the canvas, that her canvas company makes their squares smaller, but it was just driving me crazy because on certain areas of the grid, I actually, so that it would line up with the diamonds from the section that was already done, I was having to push them over to where they weren't even on the color. I mean, they weren't on the square that had it indicated as to where it was supposed to go, if you know what I mean. So that was helping me to move along faster too, to get this section done, so that I didn't have to worry about seeing things that were so crooked and uneven. I knew that it would work itself out when the section got finished, but it didn't help with the OCD aspect of everything has to be lined up perfect in its place, etc. Now, I was talking about how I was lacking in sleep. In the last couple of days, I've really made up for it. I've been basically sleeping off and on all day and staying up late at night. Still, I couldn't, I wanted to get this finished, so I went until it was finished, and then I transferred the videos onto my computer and then stuck them in the editing program, waited for that to finish loading up, and then I actually did all the editing to where it was ready for me to do the voiceover today. So more than likely this will be up today, Sunday, July 1st, and I've got the giveaway entries to take care of. And so if you're watching this and I still haven't gotten your entry for today or yesterday, I will be getting to it, don't worry. And tomorrow is the last day of the giveaway, and I will make sure all the entries are in before the drawing is held at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening Pacific time. So that's 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern. And then we will get the winner announced live on YouTube. So make sure you have the bell icon clicked next to the subscribe button. There's a bell. If you click on that bell, it will notify you that I've gone live or that I've posted a new video, and you can join in as soon as you get the notification. And I will wait until there's a good amount of people before I have Teslin pull the name for the drawing. I have everybody's name written down that entered each day on a separate page, on a separate line, so I'm going to be cutting those all out and sticking them into a bowl, and Teslin will pull the name and pick the winner.
Hi, I got my dino. Hi, what you doing? but I remember you, but I don't know what you're called. But I know you right now. But I'm gonna say roar now. Roar! Because I got a dino, green dino. What's his name?
Razor?
His name is Razor because I like Razor. So bye.
Well, she had to get her 2 cents in. I'm drinking my coffee. Sorry for the slurps. This is actually probably the longest voiceover I've had to do. It's like a full 15 minutes, but you know how many hours it cut off from this video? It was like a lot. But I didn't count, since this video was a total of, well, the first 34 minutes was my placing the grid onto the canvas, and I didn't count that. So it was like 5 hours. It was a bit over 5 hours, and I cut off the 34 minutes to make it down to a total of the 4 hours and 38 minutes of actual placing drills. I kind of like this view better, where it's out a little bit more so you can see more of what's going on. You can tell when I'm filling up the tray instead of just all you can see is the grid. I think it makes it a little bit more interesting. I did notice on my last unboxing video, the one with from my China mail unboxing, the one with all my Huracan orders, where my daughter and grandson were in it, I got a lot of dislikes. I'm guessing there's a lot of you out there, well, not a lot, but at least 4 or 5 that I saw had disliked it, that just didn't like all the kid noises. But normally it's not that bad. It's just because my grandson was here and I had to get it done, because I never know anymore when I'm going to have time to do an unboxing or a review, because my oldest daughter is moving, and so she has me watching him quite a bit now. In fact, he's supposed to be coming over tonight, so today is their last day to have the truck, and they're trying to get the rest of this stuff done. And you know how a 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old, so a 2.5-year-old can really get in the way when you're trying to move. And I mean, I can understand. I don't have a problem watching him. I just have to try and find a way of getting all my YouTube channel taken care of, and the Facebook page, all around that. So that's one of the reasons why I've been staying up so late, is because that's my only time that I have that I don't have other responsibilities. And that's supposed to be my sleep time. I need to find something or figure out a way to make it where those large trays don't get bottlenecked when you're pouring the drills back into the containers, or it gets clogged up sometimes, and so all the beads, if there's a lot of beads in there, it will like run over on top of it, and then they'll spray everywhere. They'll just start shooting outside of the container, and then I'm having to pick up beads. But I think that this is actually starting to really show the painting. I mean, after this is done, you'll be able to see. I'll give you a picture of what the whole thing looks like, and you can actually see the fairy wing.
A
Teslin, you weren't supposed to pull that. That's part of the carpet.
But that's strong.
I know you're strong. I know
Well,
you're
I'm strong as it ever was.
There was a string at the edge of the carpet near the wall, and it was bugging her. And she wanted me to take care of it. Don't pull that one. I'll cut it, okay?
Okay, later.
Yeah, later. And she basically unraveled the carpet. Because she's really strong. Strong-willed. That's for sure. Because I told her not to do it. Okay, so there's like about 2 minutes left until this area is actually finished. One of these days I'm going to do a large round canvas because I have not done one yet. And the largest I've done, I don't know, I don't even think I've done a full round. They've all been partials. I did the owl that I did the framing on, and I did the cat that I gave my daughter. So that's probably the largest round I've done. And I'm actually working to look into a larger round drill so that I actually have that experience of doing a large round. Because I do want to experience every type of diamond painting there is. And this is probably the ultimate right here. It's amazing how many drills you can get in a time lapse in 1 minute. You're thinking, oh, there's a minute left. You're not going to be able to get in all those drills. But it sped up really fast at the end because I had just one symbol left and I was able to use the multi-drill. And it went really fast, as you can see. So guys, I will see you in the next video. Have fun. If you have any questions, join our Facebook group. It's called For the Love of Diamond Painting with Donnie and Teslin. You can like my Facebook page, Diamond Painting by Donnie, and you can always leave a comment, question, message here on YouTube as well. But until my next video, I will see you later, and don't forget to subscribe if you already aren't. Bye.